Zach's time again. We're just going to keep this real simple. This is a cheap hatchet head. I got it at a yard sale. And I'm going to dunk it in a bunch of Rust-Oleum. Evaporust. That's the stuff. It's right there. I'm never going to get out of that. Anyway, I'm going to dump a bunch of that in there. And we're going to get all that nasty rust off of it. We'll go from there. First thing first, though. There it is. We'll just let it sit and do its thing for a little while. Forget about it, inevitably. Come back. Clean it eventually. So here's that hatchet head after about 2 weeks. Me forgetting about it. Not in bad shape. One thing I'm going to have to deal with is that mushrooming. It's mushroomed out something awful on every side, basically. So I'm going to have to take a file to that and fix it before I feel comfortable mounting it. There's a risk of this stuff splitting off and, you know, hitting you in the eye. So it's best to just take all that off there. Other than that, not in too terribly bad shape. There was some white paint and a little bit of blue paint on under that rust, but when I took steel wool up to it just to get the crud that was left on there off, all that came off. So we have just a clean-ish, I don't know what word, patinaed bare metal in the white. There you go. Those are the words. Little head. So we'll see from there. I got one chip down in the corner here. A couple little tiny ones along the way, but those will buff out. Took care of all that mushrooming, just filed it down with a hand file, and now I'm going through with 100 grit sandpaper, just smoothing everything out, trying to get rid of some of the really egregious file marks. You can see real well what I'm doing there. And then I'm going to hit it with some 220, 240, something like that, and just keep smoothing it out. But I'll probably stop after that, and then I think what we'll do is cold blue this. So here's that hatchet head. There's still some filing marks and stuff, but we're just going to ignore that. So now on to the first part of bluing this. Step 1, get you some acetone and an old rag. And gloves too. Don't forget gloves. Then you just apply acetone to the rag. Yeah, get it. Get in there, get that wet. And then you just wipe down the axe head. Now, take your cold blue. This is literally just Walmart cold blue and a Walmart paintbrush, and just get you some of that on there. Preferably without spilling it everywhere. Square peg, round hole sort of deal going on right now. And you just take that, paint it on. Make sure you get it good and coated. And you want to let this stuff sit in for a second and just soak in. About 60 seconds is what I've heard some people say, but this isn't precision. This is art. Do what you want to do. It's all up to you. So I'm gonna call that good. I'm gonna set this brush aside and take another scrap piece of cloth and wipe up all that excess cold blue. Fair warning, I do not like the way this stuff smells, so be prepared for that. And other solutions may be better, maybe worse. Who knows? I'm just literally using Walmart brand, or the stuff you can buy at Walmart in the gun section. That's where it is. Now on to the last big part. Take you a piece of that real fine steel wool and just start buffering it out. And I should note, all I'm using is this Quadot steel wool from Walmart. But that is one coat of cold blue. Turned out a lot different than the splitting maul I showed on my shorts. I let this sit a little longer before I hit it with the steel wool, and so I think it soaked in a lot of that chemical than the splitting maul, but not terrible. Not terrible at all. I'm going to keep polishing this a little more, and I'll show you after I get done with that. There it is. Not too bad if I say so myself. Now I don't have a handle to put on this, or one in mind, or the drive to put one on it currently, so I'm gonna put this away, leave it off, and we'll find a handle for it later. But I wanted to get that bluing on there because that'll help protect it, that and the wax that's on there now. So most of the time when you're bluing stuff, especially guns, you do that whole process 3 times. You get 3 coats of bluing, each time hitting it with the steel wool, doing the acetone, the whole routine. For axes and knives, I don't think that's as necessary, but some people do it, so play around with it. Don't take my word for it. Try it if you think you'll like it. But I think one, at least for this one, is going to be good enough. So there you are. Thank you guys for watching so much. Stay tuned. There's at least 2 other projects in the works, one of which is right here in the Evaporust. You'll see that soon. But there you go. Gingy out. That acetone evaporates real fast, so this is cold. My finger's quite cold right now. Getting around the opening.